Welcome back as we get ready to start the third quarter of the 6A1 quarterfinal matchup between Jenks and Union, a rematch. The first time around, Union won 9-3 in the Backyard Bowl. This time around, it's gone differently, 21-0. Jenks is up at halftime. So far, the scoring for Union has been zilch, but Jenks, on the meanwhile, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. You get a 10-yard touchdown by K.D. Jones. To start the second quarter, Jenks turns around and gets an 8-yard touchdown pass from Jones to Barnett, and that's Owen Jones. Caleb Barnett scoring that touchdown. And then 4 minutes left in that second quarter, a 14-yard touchdown run by K.D. Jones. I'm Dave Davis in for Rick Corey here. We have Coach Jeff Brown, Jeff Johns, Richard Johns in here as well. And so, Coach Brown, 21-0, and this is where Union was last year. Roles reversed. We were up 21-0. Jenks comes all the way back. So you kind of been there, the three scores. It's not insurmountable.
No, not insurmountable at all. It's going to take a team effort for sure. It's going to take somebody to step up and make it an emotional play and make it an emotional stand to do something to get us back into the game. If you look at it, we're down 3-0. It's three scores. So let's find a way to get a score on the board and make it 2-1, okay, and to make this game manageable.
Right, 21-0 seems like a lot, but when you put it like that, and Union will be kicking off as we receive. So Jenks gets the third quarter kickoff. They will be taking the field on offense, but we have stopped them. I mean, yes, they've scored 3 times, but you remember we turned them over. They fumbled a snap, and then we recovered another fumble. So we've had that turnover battle. We've given them one. We've taken one away. That's another way to change the game around if you get the fumble machine going.
Absolutely. A big turnover on the plus side of the field, get a quick score, and gets the whole sidelines, gets everybody back into the game. We need something that goes our way here early.
And the sideline spark can be there, and that can make a big difference in games like this. So the winner is going to go on to face either Owasso or Deer Creek. But at this point, it looks like it's going to be Owasso. At last check, 27-0 at half. The Rams have been all over the Deer Creek Antlers. Deer Creek, a nice story, nice season. They have a quarterback going to Georgia Tech next year, but 27-0. So it looks like the winner here will play Owasso, assuming everything holds. Some other scores around this 6A1 scoreboard here. You've got Edmond Memorial up on Norman High. Both of them have had incredible seasons. That's 21-14 at half. Edmond Memorial up on Norman. Like we just mentioned, Owasso 27-0 up on Deer Creek. Bixby really running away from Norman North in the second quarter. The last update we had, still in the second, 38-7. The Spartans all over the Timberwolves. And then, of course, this score here, 21-0 at half. So the other side of the bracket, more west side heavy, and of course this side of the bracket, more east side heavy, and we will see what happens. This is a rare playoff game. Jenks has never hosted Union. In fact, these teams have not played home games in the quarterfinal round of the playoffs ever. 19 playoff appearances in the last 27, and they've all been at neutral sites because they've been semifinals and finals. So this feels a little different, Coach, to have a home playoff game, Jenks and Union. It just never happened.
It's just the weird way the cookie crumbles, and Edmond Memorial game, not saying that we slipped up there, but it put us in this position a little bit, and it just kind of is what it is, and it's unique.
Yeah, and Jenks, they had last week off because of the bye. Then the week before, they played the first quarter at Edmond North, played 3 minutes of the second quarter, and then it was called due to multiple weather delays. So if you look at it like that, Coach, you really have had a week and then a half off because you didn't have to play half of that Edmond North game. And that may be showing up a little bit here. It looks like they're really coming out on fire.
It shows up in freshness. It shows up in the health of your team. Sometimes it gives the coaches a chance to regroup as well, and they were preparing for us once we lost for Edmond Memorial. They've been preparing for us for 2 weeks, so they've got an advantage in that sense.
Yeah, and Union has been on fire offensively. I mean, they've scored 45 points a game, and this today, the Jenks defense has been winning so far. 11 points a game this season. The Jenks defense has been phenomenal. They've been tough to beat today. So this is going to be a short third quarter kickoff, and it's going to go to Samaj Stanford. This is going to be a big one. It's a short one, and it doesn't work out for Union. Samaj is going to be dragged down by Jackson Franklin. at Jenks' 20-yard line, a huge return at Union's 20-yard line. The short punt, Samaj Stanford comes up on it. The short kickoff, Samaj Stanford comes up on it, and Jackson Franklin is able to push him out before he makes it to the end zone, but they're going to spot him right there at about the 20-yard line, 19. They're going to give him the 19-yard line on a huge return.
Good hustle by Jackson Franklin to not give up and get him down and get him out of bounds. Again, short kick to him. He put his foot in the ground, made one guy miss with a nice move, and we had nobody else outside there for contain.
Samaj Stanford has played both sides of the ball, leading tackler for Jenks this year as well, plays special teams, so all three sides. Owen Jones will take the snap at the 19, already in the red zone. The handoff goes to Katie Jones. He has 2 touchdowns already, and that will be number 3, a 19-yard scamper for Caden Jones, the junior. Yes, he is coming back next year, and he has had a monster day. He had a 100-yard day in the Backyard Bowl, but did not score. He already has 3 touchdowns, and that's going to be the first offensive play of the third quarter. Now 27-0, a 4-score lead for the Jenks Trojans.
Yeah, pretty good counterplay right there. We did not play the counterplay well.
The offensive line for Jenks has opened holes, and there have been some missed tackles in there as well. Noah Carter with the extra point. So to start off, first offensive play after the huge kickoff return by Samaj Stanford. The first offensive play goes Jenks' way. Start at the 19, already starting deep in Union territory, and Katie Jones finishes that drive off, the one-play drive. So now 28-0 after the extra point. Jenks leading Union. Winner will play, looks like Owasso, next week. While we have some time here before the kickoff, I wanted to give a shout out to the UView crew here on the Union Sports Network, bringing you new professional productions all year long. Andy Irwin, Nick Irwin, the students Natalie Sanloon, Anna, Reed, Mauricio, Andres, and Brian. Thank you to everyone involved in this broadcast. Of course, my partner, Rick Corey, Jeff Johns, Richard Johns, Coach Jeff Brown. It's been a fun year broadcast-wise. It's been my first go-around, and I thank everybody for really helping me along. And this crew puts on great productions, don't they, Coach?
Yeah, they do. This is some big-time stuff. People don't see everything goes on behind the scenes, and for everybody that's involved, put out a really good product.
It's been incredible productions, and the productions will continue throughout the school year. So this is going to be a return. Union hopes it's a big one. Going to be stopped right there at about the 27-yard line by a lot of Jenks players piling up, and I believe Jeff Johns has something down there on the field. Jeff?
That's right, guys. That's one guy, Boston Carrasco, that does not give up, and there are a few of them down here on the sidelines. Coach has talked about how we need to keep these players talking. They've got to get the sideline motivated. There's a lot of hats hanging, a lot of heads hanging, but people like that are the ones that have to step up in these moments and get the team excited.
Boston Carrasco, thank you very much, Jeff. Boston Carrasco has been great this year. 8 straight games with a touchdown, either rushing or catching. Now Shaker Isaac's going to take the snap off the ground, then hands it off to Tay Perry Spate. Going out left, a flag in the backfield. If it's on Union, that will be number 5 of the day. Jenks has had 1 penalty called against them, and let's see what the official on the field has to say.
It's in the area for holding for sure.
Yeah, likely going to be a holding here on the Union Redhawks. So that'll back us up 5 yards again. Union going backwards for the start of another drive, and of course that's a 10-yard backup on that holding call. So now 1st and 20. You had a nice run by Tay Perry, negated by the holding. And it's nice at least to see Tay Perry out there in making some moves.
He's going to play a game hard.
So now at the own 18, Union's 18-yard line is where the Redhawks are going to start. Tay Perry in the backfield and 3 receivers out to the right of Shaker Isaac here to start the third quarter. Already 28-0. Jenks with a quick strike to start. Shaker Isaac now rolling out right, a play that they like, going back left, up the middle, finds Carrasco across the middle of the field, and a nice throw and catch there. Carrasco getting it 2 hands, securing the ball after 5 targets and 4 catches last week for 136 and 2 touchdowns. That's 14 on the board, and that's something.
Yeah, it's moving the chains there a little bit. It's make it second manageable right here. Good job after the penalty of getting about 15 yards there.
Yeah, so 14-yard gain, 2nd and 6 already, and fortunes are changing here on this drive as we speak. For Union, we've got Shaker Going to hand off to Tay Perry off the left side again. A lot of big-time blocking going on out there. Chris Mendenhall, just like you said, he is back out there, went down there, but just a lot of just tough play out there with this defensive line, and these linebackers just been coming at us all night.
Yeah, they're playing downhill pretty quick, and their front guys are not having to play any of the pass. Their inside backers are not, and they're just teeing off on the run.
Yeah, Brewer, Jacobson up there, up front. Jack Wiltshire as well for Jenks. Now 3rd and 6. Nothing going on that play. So Shaker Rising will try to move the chains once again for this Red Hawks offense. A free rusher. He'll get the pass off in time. That's a 1st down and more. The tackle made at the 45, but not before Carrasco goes ahead again. His 2nd reception of this drive. That one's going to go for 13 yards, and that one moves the chain. 1st down and still double digits left on the clock here, 3rd quarter.
Good protection, too, up front. Give him enough time to find him and throw a strike.
Okay, so we got the ball on their own 40. Union moving the ball. Started with better field position, backed up to their own 19 on the penalty, and now moving forward once again. Ball at the 40. Shaker getting the play in here. Down 28-0, trying to lead what would be a comeback for the ages for the Red Hawks. The snap, Shaker looking right, now rolling left. He has a little bit of room, and he gets out of bounds. He's pushed late. We'll see what happens there. Now, there was a penalty flag thrown in the backfield. He was also shoved out of bounds at the very end of the play.
They're going to call holding. I don't see the holding there at all, unless it's not holding.
Coach, I good look at it. Chris Mendenhall just got up outside of the defender's jersey.
Yeah.
I don't know if we will see that on replay, but it was a pretty good hold call. But there was absolutely a shove out of bounds.
Yeah. And that's what we kind of thought there. Thank you very much, Jeff. I mean, Shaker's going out of bounds. He's scrambling, going to his left. Gets thrown to the ground, and oh boy, they are going to call the holding on that. But we're going to see that's going to be an official's timeout. I'm going to step away here for just a moment. 9:31 left in this 3rd quarter of the quarterfinal. 28-0 Union Football, Union Sports Network. Back here, 3rd quarter, 28-0 Jenks. 2nd and 16 after the holding penalty. That'll be the 6th penalty called on Union today. Shaker in the backfield. Receivers out left and right. Looks right. Goes now middle of the field. No one home. Miscommunication, something on the route, but the only person close to it was the safety back there for Union, and just Samaj Stanford didn't have a chance. It was overthrown there. Now 3rd and 16. Thought it might be an interception, but it was even too far for that.
Yeah, somebody's on the wrong page. All the receivers ran different routes than what Shaker was expecting, and we're not on the same page at all.
3rd and 16. This Union offense has been humming the second half of the season, and not tonight, running into the best 6A1 defense statistically tonight. And the Jenks Trojans has brought our offense to a halt. Shaker Isaac now up the middle, and that will be caught by Tay Perry, the running back, and he has more at the 40, the 20. He's going to score, and a big-time throw on 3rd and 16. Shaker Isaac connecting with Tay Perry Spate for 56 yards. His 15th touchdown of the season, his 5th catching touchdown, and boy, now that'll light up the sidelines a little bit.
That's the kind of spark that you're looking for out of a guy that's going to play the game till the very last minute. And Tay is he's that fire plug kind of kid.
And you know that Tay Perry wanted to be out there last week if he could. He couldn't go, remained on the sideline. Schelling took over the running back duties, and now with the extra point by Litchfield, that is up and to the rafters, if there are rafters here. It's good. 28-7. Now it's 3 scores, Coach, and you got 8:53 left in the 3rd quarter. Even in the 1st quarter, you look, we had 4 possessions in the 4th quarter. I mean, things can happen very quickly in this game.
A lot of composure there by Shaker. He's a senior, played a lot of football, a lot of composure by him. Tay ran a good route, got a couple blocks down the field. settle down, relax. A lot of football to go. A turnover away right here from getting us an extra possession also. Again, win the sideline right here for us. That was big for us, and let's win this series right here.
So now with a lot of time left to go in the third quarter, Union, when it looked like it was going nowhere, when it looked like another holding call, and 3rd and 16, Shaker stands in, shakes off the pressure, and finds Tay Perry, who finishes off the drive. It was the spark that Union needed to make it a game, and now Jenks will receive the kickoff, trying to go down and score again. Union's defense trying to stand up like they did in the Backyard Bowl, the bend not break. That is what they're looking to get back to here in this third quarter for this Union defense. Got a little breather in there, Coach, too. The offense had a little bit of a drive there, giving the defense a blow.
Gives a chance to regroup and just to recover also. Let's get us a good kickoff and then play field position right here.
The kickoff last time to start the third quarter was a game changer. Samaj Stanford took it all the way to the 19-yard line on a short kick by Gavin Litchfield, who has been spectacular this year on kickoffs. And Litchfield is back there once again, getting ready to boom it away for the Redhawks. The kick is going to be returned at about the 15-yard line by Jenks. And here he goes. Samaj Stanford once again up to about the 30-yard line. Gets that head of steam going. Looks like he was brought down by Jackson Franklin there and some others. But a little bit of a pep in our step, kind of coming off of special teams. Now Jenks has a longer field to work with. Last time, they had it at the 19. This time, that longer field and just a little bit of a juice. Now they're going to spot him at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that was also tackled by L.J. McGee that played some running back for us last week. Nice hustle, nice effort by him.
L.G. McGee has been called on to do many different things this season, special teams, running back number 2 last week, and he has been good. 8:48 now. Owen Jones, Katie Jones, the Joneses in the backfield, something that Jenks has liked to see today. They have had a lot of success on the 3 touchdowns by Katie Jones, 1 touchdown pass by Owen Jones. This is going to be a quick handoff to Katie, who bounces it out left at the 30, and now a flag. Looks like this may be going back. That'll be the second flag on Jenks, second penalty on Jenks. If it is, we will see what the official says here.
Yeah, probably in the area holding again.
A lot of holding. That's going to go back 10 yards. A lot of holding penalties called today. 6 penalties overall called on Union, all of the 5 and 10 variety, and 2 penalties on Jenks so far in this one. And I say so far, a lot of this game still left to play. 8:42 here in the third quarter. The winner will likely be playing the Owasso Rams, now up 27-0 on Deer Creek to start the third quarter. The winner plays the winner of that game. 8:38, clock's running. Now 1st and 20. Jenks backed up. Quick throw outright. Owen Jones loves those throws, and this offense operates like that. That's going to be Caleb Barnett for the quick 5-yard hit upfield. Again, like we've been mentioning, Caleb Barnett not played the whole season. 25 receptions, 518 yards, 6 touchdowns this year. Already a touchdown in this game, and just huge deal when he was approved to transfer from Broken Arrow.
He's really quick. He was a shoestring tackle away from there breaking that one.
It sure did look like it, yeah. 2nd and 10 now on the 29-yard line. Jenks continuing this drive. The quick handoff to Katie Jones, and he's going up the middle for more, stopping him short of the first down. This will be a 3rd down as Jackson Franklin is in there. It looks like Terrence Evans might have been involved as well. That will be 7 yards for Katie Jones. In the front line of Teehee, Evans, in row, now looking to help stop this Jenks drive on 3rd and 3.
Looks like it'd be more of the same. This might be a pass right here. Quick hitter out there to Caleb Barnett.
Barnett is going to be out right. Samaj Stanford out left. You also have Domek, who has caught 4 touchdowns this year for Jenks. He's in the slot on the left side. Cato out there as well. Owen Jones, 7:18 on the clock. Katie Jones in motion. Owen Jones looking middle of the field, and a huge drop. A drop by Jalen Cato. Earlier you had Owen Jones overthrow Cato on the sidelines at about the 20 of Union. That time a huge drop, and this could be that opening you're talking about. Now you stop Jenks on the drive, down 3 scores, still 7 minutes left in this quarter.
Again, we're playing the number of scores. It's 3-1 right now. Let's find a way to get one more. and then the fourth quarter is anybody's ball game.
And we've seen huge comebacks in this series over the years, especially in the rematches when one team wins and the other team swings it, and you just never know what's going to happen. McCaleb Dillard once again back to punt. A little bit out to his right, but that's pretty much a straightaway punt, and that will go up to the 38 all the way down. Got a big Jenks roll. Looked like it hit at the 38 and will land at the 25. So a nice punt there by Caleb Dillard, transfer from Victory Christian. A 40-yard punt, and we talked about, Miles Davis has had a fantastic year at punter, and he likes to punt. He's a tight end who likes to punt, and Dillard struggled in backyard bowl. He's been really nice for Jenks today in putting us back deep.
They played a field position game with us really well. Outside of the kickoff return, though, we've played really good defense this half.
Yeah, absolutely. So Shaker back there with 7 minutes. Shaker, the offense, Shelling at running back. This is going to be a pass. This is going to be deep. Stone Turner, he has him wide open, and he makes the diving catch. Hey, no yards after catch, no problem. That is a fantastic diving catch for Stone Turner, who didn't have the week that he wanted last week. That's a 39-yard strike, and Shaker has this Union offense revitalized and on the move already in Jenks territory just like that. At the Trojans' 36-yard line, down 3 scores. Shaker Isaac looking left. He has a man. It's Stone Turner again, and a fantastic interception is dropped.
Just a hair underthrown. He had him. He had him beat. Really good protection up front. The last 2 passes by the offensive line, and Stone had him beat there for just a step and just underthrew him just a hair.
It looked like, yeah, exactly. Had Stone kind of maybe on that sideline, that post, that corner route, as a free safety or one of the safeties is down for Jenks. It kind of looked like almost both guys got 2 hands on the ball. It looks like Stone came back for it and had 2 hands, and then McCaleb Dillard comes up there. He got 2 hands and drops what would have been a really high difficulty interception. Got a little bit lucky there, but it looks like Stone almost kind of grabbed it over the top. We have a man down here for the Jenks Trojans, and we're going to step away for just a minute while he's treated on the field. Union football on the Union Sports Network. And we are back here, 28-7. Samaj Stanford went down on that play, so he has to come out. So Samaj Stanford, one of their best defensive backs, is out on this play for Jenks, number 4. 2nd and 10 for Shaker Isaac after the near interception. This is going to be a fake handoff, and he's got a man deep, and now he's covered. Passes it through the middle of the field, had Boston Carrasco maybe for a moment, and Stone Turner. Jenks covers it up, and it was a nice fake there, Coach, sending Tay right. Looks like he might have had something, but the hole closed up.
It did. Again, defensive backs for Jenks, they read the routes. It was just a 2-man route. It was easy for them to cover up, but was protected really well, and Shaker had time and had options, and just missed on the throw.
So now 3rd and 10. Union looking for another 3rd down conversion. This has been a drive of huge plays so far. A 49-yarder to Stone Turner earlier. 6:23, 28-7 Jenks. Union looking for some life, and they've had it on this drive. Shaker is under pressure. He's going to roll out right. Has a man. Jordan Savager kind of got caught up in the wash with Tay Perry. 2 guys at the same place at once. It ended up being broken up. Now a 4th down decision for this Union offense.
Yeah, protection broke down just a little bit there in the middle for us, and Shaker had to flush from the pocket, and when that happens in that scramble route, sometimes you get receivers that don't end up where they started, and they end up in the same place as each other.
And he didn't miss high, he missed short. So no harm, no foul on that play. 4th and 10, and it looks like the Union offense is going to go for it here. 6:17 left in the 3rd quarter. Down 3 scores to the Jenks Trojans, and none to say, but this is an absolutely critical play in this quarterfinal game. We have Stone Turner in motion, and it'll be a timeout for Coach Fred and the Union Redhawks offense to talk it over a little bit. So, Coach, okay, 4th and 10 at your opponent's 36. What's the call here? What are some things that we might be looking at on some options for this offense?
Well, I would hope that we're just trying to get the first down. We don't have to get a touchdown here. We just need a first down. So it needs to be a 15-yard route, 12-yard route. It could even be an 8 or 9-yard route if it's to the right guy. They can get the extra 2 or 3 yards. But it doesn't have to be a touchdown play.
And, we saw Tate Perry Spate earlier, catch that 15-yarder and then take it 58 yards. So we know that we have those yard after catch guys. And, of course, on this drive right here, Stone Turner making the fingertip grab that has just been absolutely fantastic. So many, many great receivers in this game and a lot of options. Again, like you said, Coach, doesn't have to be necessarily even the 10 if it's to the right guy. Looks like Deer Creek just scored in this Owasso game. Still 27-6 Owasso. They're in commanding lead, but that's 9:17 left in the third quarter, and Deer Creek is now pulled within 3 scores. And we say that because the winner here, Jenks Union quarterfinal, will go on to play the winner of Owasso or Deer Creek at a neutral site. Back on the field, 4th and 10. Crucial play for the Union Redhawks, trying to mount a spectacular comeback. They've already been down 21-0 once this year to Stillwater and sent it to overtime. The snap, the pressure, Shaker has to get out of it, and he can't. Jenks right up the middle, and that's going to be number 98, been causing problems all night long. Caden Brewer getting in there, the huge sack of the game, and this is the first multi-sack game, one of the very few multi-sack games that the Union offensive line has given up this year. But, boy, Jenks has just really brought it, and they've been tough to block today.
They dialed up some pressure at the right time, and we just didn't block in the middle very well at all. Just give him a chance and didn't give Shaker a chance to throw the ball down the field.
I think that was a defensive tackle there on the sack. So 6:12 left. Jenks will get the ball back. Last time Union was able to turn over Jenks on a drop pass. This time Owen Jones is looking for more. Union looking for a turnover. Owen Jones going to hand it to Katie Jones. Already has 3 touchdowns on the day, and he's dancing. You think he's getting 3. He goes for 5 there, making a little something, more something, and now all of a sudden you get the sack, and now you're in Union's side of the territory.
That was a whole lot of KD Jones right there. I'm not sure they blocked hardly very many of us up there, but he sure made 2 or 3 of us miss.
Yeah. So now 2nd and 5 officially for the Jenks Trojans, trying to run off the clock here, up 28-7 in this one, and trying to execute a long drive. This is going to be a handoff again to Katie Jones. Bounces out left. Several tacklers in on it, including big number 93 coming over from the nose guard position. Tackles Katie Jones. That's Terrence Evans, and Jones getting up a little slowly on that 4-yard run. KD had to sit out week 9 with what they said was a groin injury on the broadcast, and so you wonder this time of year, obviously everybody's playing, Coach, everybody wants to get in, but these kind of nagging injuries, you just kind of never know when that's going to pop up.
No, you don't. It's a whole lot of practice time, and they've been doing this since August, and your body's going to wear down a little bit. Really nice play by Terrence, so he's a young freshman. Huge ceiling for that guy.
3rd and 1, ball at the 45 for Jenks. Clapping, handing. Katie Jones met near the line of scrimmage, but he dances across, dives across for the first down. They're going to mark him at the 42-yard line, and Jenks will continue to move the ball here in this 6A1 quarterfinal game. Ended up with the 2 seed, got the bye last week. Jenks did. Union ended up with a 3 seed in our district, and we had to play Mustang last week in a first-round playoff game. So Union not really playing on rest, and Jenks playing on 2 weeks rest at this point. 4:36 pre-snap movement. We've seen this a lot today for the Trojans. Owen Jones in the backfield with the standby. Katie Jones. The fake handoff. This is going to be a throw. Owen Jones looking deep. He wants it all, and that will be long for Caleb Barnett. If there's a man who can burn you deep, it's Caleb Barnett, but just too much on the throw there for Owen Jones. But we've seen Caleb Barnett make those plays, and just not there.
Yeah, I think Owen Jones just, again, overcooked that one, and he had him open, and thankfully for us, he overthrew it.
Caleb Barnett, of course, he's transferred from Broken Arrow this year at the beginning of the season. That was a huge news story, and will the transfer go through? Won't it? It did go through. The OSSAA approved it, and he has been a huge difference maker for this Trojans offense and why they are close to moving on to the semifinals now. 4:18 left in this third quarter. This is going to be a handoff, and he got his hand on it. That's big Josiah Hammond, the TPS transfer who came over in the offseason, and that's what you love to see out of a 6'5" guy that's long.
He sure did. He got off his block pretty good there and got his hand up and disrupted that. They might have had to play if he doesn't knock that ball down. Really good job by Josiah. Josiah, again, I've said this before, he's a really good kid, bright young man, and a joy to be around.
Kansas Jayhawk commit, and after plays like that, that's the type of tape you're looking at that says we got a good one. Now 3rd and 10 for the Jenks Trojans at the 42 of Union, into Union territory. Union hoping to stall this drive, and that will be some pre-snap motion. Looked like that's going to be a false start, some sort of pre-snap movement. Here we go.
Illegal procedure, false start, yep.
So kind of what we were dealing with earlier in the game, Coach. Folks not on the offensive line, in the backfield, receivers just moving, just twitching early a little bit, and they're going to call that every time.
That's a miscommunication of the snap count or the play call too. Jenks calls plays from the sidelines. Everybody looks over, and when the O-line gets set, sometimes they change that play, and they're young kids, and so all that process takes time to think through it, and they get antsy.
3rd and 15. That was a gift for Union. We'll see what they do with it. 3rd and 15 for this Jenks offense, up 3 scores with 4:15 left in this third quarter. It's a delayed handoff to Katie Jones. Gets away from 1 tackle, and 2, gets close to the first down marker, and at least close enough to make it interesting. Bursting for 12 yards on a 3rd and 15. Katie Jones looked like he had more, and a tackle at the end there saved the day.
Yeah, they ran the counter play again. We blitzed on the backside of it and did blitz the correct side, and they caught us and ran the counter play right where we weren't.
Jenks at Union's 35, they're going to go for it. It looks like maybe hard snap it. We'll see. Maybe a hard count. But Owen Jones, Katie Jones in the backfield. They've got 14 seconds left on this play clock. The game clock, of course, continuing to run. We'll see what Jenks tries to do. Are they going to go for it? Are they going to try to draw a penalty? They're going to go for it. Owen Jones back. He throws it to the middle of the field behind Katie Jones, but makes a very athletic, acrobatic catch behind his back shoulder, spinning around. And Katie Jones, once again, I mean, the player of the game easily, already has 3 touchdowns and stuff like that. He can run the ball, but he can make great spinning catches.
He's not only is he fast, he's a really good athlete. That was a nice play by him, and we were there to make the play as well, but he's a good football player.
The ball leaves Owen Jones' hand. You're thinking it's behind him. You're thinking it's incompletion, 4th down, and then KD just pulls it out of nowhere. Ball on the 22-yard line. 1st down for Jenks. Jenks, we're going to bounce it up the middle. Now back to the outside, and it's KD Jones again. It's KD Jones again. When you think you have him, you don't. And he, after having a huge game in an all-time touchdown last year in that 2023 playoff game, KD Jones continues his playoff success against Union. Now 34-7. Jenks jumping ahead on KD Jones's 4th touchdown of the day. A monster day for that junior, that young man. And now the opportunities kind of start to winnow away here, down 34-7 for Union. And it'll be Noah Carter on the extra point. The kick, it is up, and it is good. 35-7 now. Jenks on top of Union here in the third quarter of this quarterfinal matchup. This is Union football on the Union Sports Network.
Select Commercial Group, a part of Coldwell Banker Select, is a highly reputable and professional firm specializing in commercial real estate services. A premier sponsor of the Union Red Hawks.
Hey Union fans, score big with TTCU Federal Credit Union School Pride Card. Each time you use your card, we donate to Union Public Schools, adding to the $2.5 million we've given statewide. TTCU, where members are raving fans.
We're back here. Dave Davison for Rick Corey. Coach Jeff Brown up here in the booth. Jeff Johns, Richard Johns as well. 35-7, Jenks on top of Union as the kickoff is away once again, and this will be returnable, and it will be returned from the 1-yard line by Carrasco, working his way up to the 10-yard line, and that is where the Union offense will start. At the 10-yard line, looking to go 90 yards and close a gap that is now 35-7 in Jenks' favor. The winner moving on to the state semifinals and likely going to be against Owasso, although Deer Creek has made it a game. It's 34-8. Deer Creek scored, Owasso scored, so it looks like Owasso's cruising in that one, 34-8, about midway through the third quarter. Some other scores around the league here, around the 6A1 level. We've got Bixby up 52-7 on Norman North, and then Edmond Memorial in a battle with Norman High, 28-14. Shaker Isaac going to be in the backfield with Jordan Schelling out of the shotgun. Shaker has been under pressure tonight. He has a clean pocket now, rolls out to his left, and just too high for Carrasco. Carrasco kind of turned it around on a comeback, kind of sitting there, and it just sailed too high. Pass wasn't there. And Shaker, after, just having a phenomenal back half of the season, kind of after that Owasso game, it just looked like Shaker got right and everything was going right. Played a perfect game against Edmond Memorial, and just tonight, the passing game just hasn't been there.
It looks like a lot of communication errors on the quarterback or the routes, and we're just neither group's on the same page.
So 35-7, Shaker will take the snap in the backfield. 2nd and 10 with 2:40 left to go in this third quarter. Shaker looking, quick hitter out to the right. That's going to be caught by Jordan Schelling. A nice two-hander falling out of bounds, gets his feet in. Schelling making something happen there. It'll be fairly close to a first down. That'll be a 7-yarder on that catch by Jordan Schelling. And he has had several catches this year. Not one of the leading receivers, but, you talk about a guy, 15 receptions, and he's a guy you can go to in the passing game, has some touchdowns as well.
He's also a kid that this means a lot to.
Yeah.
Football means a lot to him, and wish nothing but the best for Jordan moving forward.
And all those seniors on this Jenks team, just like Jordan, absolutely. 3rd and 3 now for Shaker Isaac in this offense. That's going to be to Jordan Schelling again. He's out to the 20, a first down and more. They're going to mark him out at about the 25-yard line, takes a big hit and keeps on ticking, and that's something that we've seen all season long as Schelling comes out and Tay Perry comes in, 8-yard catch, is that Schelling kind of seeks that contact. Jordan seeks that contact, takes the contact, and he's just a hard runner. 1st and 10 for Shaker Isaac. In the backfield, 26-yard line for Union, trying to make something happen, trying to make something into a 90-yard drive is what they need for a touchdown. Reisig takes the snap. He's looking right, and he's going to flip it out to Tay Perry Spate at the 30, at the 31, and again, the solid tackling all night long for Jenks. That's going to be Jace Hager. That's going to be DJ Carter out there, a 5-yard gain. And they just aren't missing tackles. This Jenks defense, this is a different defense than we saw back in week 3, I think.
Yeah, they're tackling really well. Their defensive backs, their front's really good, and probably one of the best defenses outside of Owasso that we've seen all year.
11 points a game is what they've given up. Shaker takes the snap on 3rd down. He's going to roll out left. He's looking for more. Now goes sideline. Looks like to Carrasco. They're going to call that a catch. Calls it a catch on the sideline. Jeff?
Yeah, guys, it was a complete catch, although very, very close. That was the exact same play that Shaker overthrew just a couple plays prior.
And that time it's on the money. 8 yards. Jenks is saying it's incomplete, and the referee, the one that counts, says it is complete. Ball at their own 41-yard line with 47 seconds time wasting away here in the third quarter. The handoff goes up the middle to Schelling. 165-yard performance on the ground last week. He's going to get about 10 more. Hard running, never any give up in this guy, and we've talked about him all year. That's going to be a first down run. But Jordan Schelling, he's a guy you want to clone. You want to have a lot of Jordans on your team.
That's one of my old school favorite plays. That's a little influence trap right there. And that play, you haven't seen that in a long time, and that hit for good yardage.
Yeah, Jenks was not expecting that one. 24 seconds left. The third quarter is almost coming to a close. 35-7. Shaker back for the pass across the middle to Stone Turner. catches it in traffic, takes a hit. He's still up. Now they call forward progress and blow it dead. But Stone Turner, after 2 catches and just a handful of yards last week against Mustang, he's had some big, huge catches, a fingertip grab for 40. And that one, that's tough, Coach. I mean, that's across the middle, and you know you're going to get popped.
Yep, it's just a little bit of pride and courage.
3 seconds.
There's
2
influence
seconds.
trap again right
and
there.
now the handoff with zeros on the clock in the third quarter, and that's how the third quarter will end, with a Jordan Schelling run. So going into the fourth, it's a 28-point gap, 1 quarter away from moving on to the semifinals, 35-7. Jenks over Union. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter here at Union Sports Network, Union Football.
When summer heats up and your AC isn't working right, be cautious of being pressured into a replacement.
It's always a good idea to get a second opinion, and Airco will let you know if your AC is worth fixing.
So call Airco today for a free second opinion.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Hello, Tulsa. Join us for Shield's grand opening on October 19th at the Woodland Hills Mall. Step inside to the ultimate retail experience. Shop your favorite brands, ride the Ferris wheel, and enjoy sweet treats at Fuzzy Wings Candy Factory. See you soon on October 19th.
The fourth quarter begins, and what is the final game of the season for one of these two teams? Jenks 35, Union 7 to start the fourth quarter. I'm Dave Davison for Rick Corey. Coach Jeff Brown up here with me. Jeff Johns on the field, Richard Johns on stats. Shaker Rising going to take the snap here. 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Tay Perry Spade after Jordan Schelling gets the hard running. Now Tay Perry takes it after being out with an injury in the Mustang game last week. He's looked nice today, and Coach, it's great to see, Tay Perry. Look, he's a junior, getting these snaps in and gutting it out in a playoff game.
Yep, again, another shoestring or arm tackle there away from making a really big gain out of that. I get a lot of credit to the offensive line. They blocked that zone play up really well.
And we've seen that a lot, just a shoestring away from huge plays. Tay Perry tonight. 3rd and 5 on the 33 of Jenks. They've come from their own 10, and now it will be another penalty. The 7th of the game on Union, and that'll be a false start. So what was a 3rd and 5 is now coming all the way back 10 yards. It'll be a 3rd and 15. Union has converted into the 3rd and longs tonight, Coach, but just not what you want there.
Yeah, that one hurt when you're almost knocking on the red zone, the door, and then working to get a score, and that just moved you back and pushed you out of play calling there a little bit too.
And that'll be a 5-yarder, my apologies, 5-yarder on that one. 3rd and 10 at the 38, so not the 3rd and 15, a little better. 3rd and 10 for the Union Redhawks. Empty backfield, 4 receivers outright, including Tay. Tay going in motion to the left now. Shaker is rolling to the left, under pressure again, throws to Tay on the sidelines. We'll see what they call, and it is incomplete. The side judge says it is not a catch. 4th down, and you got to think Union's going for it, but we do have a flag here. Let's check in with this.
It's going to be a holding call, I'm afraid.
You're going to think Jenks, Coach Riggs, probably going to decline this one. We're going to see what happens here. Holding, declined, and it will be a 4th and 10, just like Coach said. So 4th and 10 on your opponent's 38. You've come all the way from your own 10, obviously down 35-7. You're going for it here. What's a play option that we could look at here for 4th and 10?
Well, again, it's the same as we had earlier. It doesn't have to be a touchdown play. It's got to be a stick play. It's got to get to the chains. It's got to be at least a 10-yard route. I would look if it's me, I'm throwing the ball at 24 or 87. Those are my guys right here.
Yeah, Jordan Schelling and Miles Davis, who has had a quiet game tonight. 4th and 10 for Union. Shaker takes the snap, is under pressure, gets away, now rolls right. Another flag is thrown. That one goes out of bounds, sails out of bounds, and we'll see now what this flag's going to be as a Jenks player is down. We'll get the call from the referee, but number 13 for Jenks is down. That's Brody Henderson, who's had a huge night. Here's the referee. Well, we're going to take an injury timeout here for just a moment. It looks like, I don't know, Coach, maybe we're thinking holding there in the backfield. It's hard to tell, but it looks like that's going to be a holding and a decline, penalty number 8. And, you know, you're under pressure as a quarterback. You're trying to give your quarterback that extra time, and Jenks has just been breaking through the line, and it's hard to kind of stop him right now.
They got all the momentum on their side, and they're playing with a little reckless abandon and getting after us, and we're playing on our heels and playing catch.
So 35-7 here in the fourth quarter. We'll step away for just a minute, and we'll be right back here, Union Sports Network. We're back here 35-7, 10:46 left in this fourth quarter. Jenks in total control of this quarterfinal game as Brody Henderson came off the field there on the injury. It was a holding called against Union. It was declined, and that will be a turnover on downs. So the handoff goes up the middle to Katie Jones, who's had just a spectacular night. That's going to be a run. We'll give him about, let's just say 6 on that play. But Katie Jones has had 4 touchdowns tonight, and all of them have been just spinning into the end zone, a 10-yarder, a 14-yarder, a 19-yarder, and a 22-yarder, all rushing touchdowns after being held out of the end zone in the Backyard Bowl. Katie Jones had 100 yards plus in that game. Now he has 4 touchdowns tonight and kind of getting a revenge game for him in the playoffs. The clock will continue to move, and that's exactly what Jenks wants to do, is keep this clock moving with a 28-point lead. The handoff goes up the middle once again to Katie and making people miss. And, you know, on the first down play, Coach, that's what we've seen with Katie as a junior. And, you know, he's going to be back, we assume, in Oklahoma football next year. But, you know, it's the blocking, but he doesn't need blocking on some of these plays. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, he's made 1 or 2 guys miss. Really back-to-back nice plays by Logan Rowe, defensive end. Got the long flowing Goldilocks hair coming out of his helmet, but he's made 2 really good tackles on KD when some of us haven't been able to tackle him. He has.
And, you know, that's why number 82 has been playing, right? I mean, he's gotten valuable minutes this year, and you keep seeing Logan Rowe getting more minutes as the season goes on, and that tells you a lot right there about his skill level. Ball at about midfield, 49 of Union technically. 1st and 10, moving the chains once again, and Owen Jones is going to look to wind up and throw a deep one. This is going to be wide open. It's going to be wide open to Caleb Barnett for another touchdown, his 2nd of the game. He had another 2 weeks ago. That's 3 touchdowns in 2 games and a 49-yarder where Caleb Barnett just got open. Jenks has been looking for that deep pass. They've missed a couple, but boy, it's just right on the money, and he got behind everybody.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a coverage bust or how he got behind us that far. But that was just too easy for him. 41-7. Now Jenks turning the tables after the Backyard Bowl loss. It has been all Jenks Trojans here tonight. So 42-7. Jenks up on Union with a trip to the state semifinals on the line. So, Coach, you know, in a game like this, you're down big in the fourth quarter. It's not the game that you wanted to play, and you got seniors on the sideline. What's the message? How do you close out these last 9 minutes? Well, you got to take some pride in what you do as an individual player. Keep playing the game hard. You've played all season long. You have something on the side of your helmet that you want to play for. You have people in the stands that are watching you play. You have your teammates that you're trying to play for. So there's a whole lot of reasons to play hard. Yeah, it's not going to go out and try to score 5 touchdowns right here and win this game, but it's to play with a whole lot of pride for yourself, for your school, and for your teammates.
Well, in Union, another season, another winning season. Coach Fred has never missed the playoffs since he started here. The success just keeps coming. I mean, Union 8-3 this year, 5-2 in district. The losses have all been close with the exception of Owasso. I mean, you talk about those 3 losses, Stillwater by 1 on a 2-point. You had the Edmond Memorial game. You had the ball with a minute down 3. I mean, it's been this season where the losses, with this exception in Owasso, this team has played hard, and they have fought till the very end. There's not been any give up in this Union team.
No, played hard. A lot of talented kids. Had a whole lot of fun moments. Seen some kids grow. Seen some kids that you didn't know about from last year get a chance to shine and play and get their turn. And has some highs and lows like a high school team should have.
Yeah. Some of the seniors, just want to mention Antonio Olia Anderson, have Jesse Jones Jr. out there, Jesus Ramirez, Alexander Marshall, Easton Martin, Big Easton Martin, Miles Davis, Jack Federline, JT Frederick, Boston Carrasco, Jordan Saavedra, a senior, as well as Shaker Reisig, and so many more that we can mention. Teehee, we've got Hammond, Jordan Schelling, a senior, Struther, Sorrell Smith, some guys coming in this season and that weren't here last year. Jackson Franklin, also a senior, so a lot of guys that you're sending off, and the new crew coming in next year for 2025. It's again still 9 minutes left in this one, and there's no give up. I mean, that's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Still fighting for yardage. This rivalry means something. Someone's helmet's off. That's going to be Chris Mendenhall. And again, look, I mean, it's good to see Chris back there. He's gone out a couple times this season, and he's fighting as a sophomore.
Yep, I don't think you're going to see any give up on our guys. And like I said, they're with each other so much. They're not going to quit at each other. And sometimes the score just is what it is tonight.
Another guy that coming in that we've really seen grow, I think you'd probably agree, Coach, Marion Edison. Number 7, that left tackle. He had to play starting minutes, and he's filled in quite admirably.
So is our right tackle, number 73, Jordan Johnson. 2 young kids that are going to have nothing but huge, bright success for them the next few years.
That's Jordan Schelling on the pass, the drop at the end, but he had already caught it. It's 3rd and 4 on this 42-7 game. So some of the underclassmen, I mean, you got, Amarion, you got Chris, you got Colin Anderson, who is injured this year. You have Jordan Johnson, like you just mentioned. You have these underclassmen who are coming back. LJ McGee. You've got, of course, Tay Perry Spate. So there's this future that you're looking out there on the field. You keep these guys in-house, you can have a heck of a competitive team next year.
It's hardly ever rebuilding at Union. Sometimes you reload, but
right.
We got a good core group of kids on both sides of the ball that will come back and give us Stone Turner just makes that catch right there. A lot of good pieces to build on and a good future for us.
Yeah, Stone Turner, the junior, coming over from Bixby, where he kind of played quarterback a little bit. That's a catch, first down, Union moving the chains. Again, 7:52 as this season is getting ready to wind up for the Red Hawks, down 42-7. A huge, huge game for Jenks tonight. 4 touchdowns for Katie Jones. And you talk about our juniors. Well, unfortunately for Union, Katie Jones is a junior as well, and that's a guy you just have to deal with year in, year out.
Yep, that's the truth.
The pass is a little bit behind Jordan Saavedra. He's been a guy that's come in since Jarek Wadey went down on Labor Day. A lot of guys have had to step up, and that's something that a lot of people, haven't talked about. But a traumatic event on Labor Day where this team had to overcome, and every year you have to overcome something. But that's so tough, and to see the team make it this far and be playing like they have, that's really been something.
Yeah, he's had his moments this year. Blocked really well, made some good catches. Senior that probably didn't have a whole lot of playing time on his plate, but has taken advantage of it and had some good moments this year.
Shaker will take the snap and roll out left. That's going to be wide open to Stone Turner, a junior. You really hope he comes back next year, as we were just talking, because there's a big catch. He had a huge 40-plus yarder, a fingertip grab. That one is out of bounds, and something that's really stood out to me as I've watched Stone Turner kind of grow into that role is just the yards after catch. He's hard to break down. We have Jeff Johns down on the field. Jeff?
Yeah, guys. Stone is one of those guys that came over as a quarterback, and I know there are great quarterbacks that have come through Union throughout the years, but Stone's one of those guys that, he comes back as a senior. That could potentially be a really good spot for him to be mobile and move around and show some life there in that position as well.
Yeah. There are roster surprises every year. Here's Tay Perry, one of those juniors, one of those underclassmen who has shown all kinds of promise. 1,000-yard rusher this year after he didn't last year. And Jordan Schelling was the 1,000-yard rusher last year. But Tay Perry showing great promise, great run there. And you'd love to see that. Again, not giving up.
Not giving up. Find a way to get the ball to our best player, and he's taking advantage of it.
Shaker to Tay Perry again for another completion. And you talk about defensively, Coach. I mean, you love to see Noah Gillespie and Oliver Smith, those young men who have grown this year, coming back on defense in the defensive backfield. That's going to be right up the middle, a tight end pass to Miles Davis. He has really finished the season strong, has had two touchdown games. He had a touchdown in the Backyard Bowl, touchdown last week, and making a catch there. It's been a quiet night for him, but Shaker getting the ball to Miles Davis, and it's been fun to see the tight end be a part of this offense this year.
Again, a fantastic kid, 3-year starter at tight end and punter, and just a kid that's got nothing but bright future ahead of him too.
6:22, the clock continues to wind here, 42-7. Jenks over Union right now in this quarterfinal game. The snap goes to Shaker. That's going to be up the middle to Stone Turner. He will get something and continues to fight after the play. And again, we've talked about it before, but this is a rarity. Usually these teams are neutral site. Usually these teams are meeting at semifinals and state championship games. So for Jenks to host a quarterfinal, 19 playoff matchups, it's never happened, and it's just been a unique atmosphere. Jenks hosting a playoff game against Union. What a night.
Yep, and then they have the revenge factor on their side too, that you don't play into it, and they felt like they were the better team when we beat them 9-3, and they come out there and played like that tonight.
Yeah, Jenks has played phenomenally tonight. So this is going to be a reverse play to Miles Davis and a reverse pass up there to Boston Carrasco. Did he hold on to it? It is called incomplete on the 4th down reverse pass. Another defensive breakup, but it looks like on that side Carrasco had it and then comes down and it pops out. Jeff?
Yeah, guys, and I just want to, since this game is winding down and the result is what it is, I just want to come and say what an honor it is to be on the sideline here, and how this is a good group of kids. You talk about, I'm sure everyone talks about their teams like this, but this is just one of those groups that you get around and you excited. There's a lot of energy down here. There's a lot of excitement. There's some really good on this sideline for the Redhawks. And there's just been such a joy to be around. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff, for those nice words. And that has been something, Coach, as Jeff, the running back goes up there at the middle for Jenks. Coach, Jeff has talked about it this year, but just the energy on the sidelines has been a little different. In the past, kind of more businesslike. And this sideline and these kids together, they've kind of been electric at times, just a different energy down there.
It's actually also, because I've been with these guys and been around this team for so long in our program, is that it's a different change in leadership this year. We've had some leaders that were before them that had been leaders for a couple years, and nothing against these guys, but it was new waters for them to charter through and make changes and grow up, and they have. And but again, every team is unique, and it's been fun to watch these guys play.
We've got some new backups in for Jenks. We have Landon Kazar, their backup quarterback, is in. That's a run by number 23, Trey Mays. And we're going to try to get some of the Union guys as well. I see Rion Williams out there, Ian Castellanos, who had a fantastic game to open the season at Bentonville. Got injured, has been fighting through that shoulder this year. You can see he's wearing that brace and is finishing the season strong as well. But Jenks has their backups in, and this clock continues to run here. 4:20 left until Jenks, we think, is going to earn this trip to the state semifinal. We believe to play the Owasso Rams, now up 34-8 on Deer Creek. The run goes up the middle. Looks like Trey Mays on the first down run. And Owasso is next up. It looks like for Jenks at this point, Owasso up 34-8 on Deer Creek with 11:20 left to go in that fourth quarter. On the other side of the bracket, we have Edmond Memorial now starting to pull away from Norman. Norman has had a fantastic season this year, but Edmond Memorial and their quarterback, David McComb, the Kansas commit, has just been unbelievable. They're up 35-14 right now. And then Bixby, from the beginning, was blowing the doors off of Norman North. We thought it might be a mismatch, but Bixby now 59-7 against Norman North. Norman North, a surprising season with their quarterback, who has some Union ties, Owen Eshelman. The Eshelman family, Union folks, and Norman North has had a great season, but not the way that they wanted it to end either. The clock continues to run here. 3:15 now on 2nd and 9. Jenks 42, Union 7. Of course, Union winning the backyard bowl, and now Jenks getting that revenge. This is the 4th straight playoff loss for Union against Jenks. The last time that Union has beaten Jenks in the playoffs was that state championship season in 2016, and it looks like that will continue here. Kazar will take the snap for the Jenks Trojans. Looks like Trey Mays in the backfield. Aiden Jordan has had a lot of backup running back minutes, but they're putting in Mays now as he scampers across for the first down. Union still with the starters out there. We've got Noah Gillespie, who went down with an injury in the preseason. And again, we talked about it, but Noah Gillespie, seeing him going from a leg brace to now being out there on that field, number 5, it's been amazing.
Yeah, that's impressive. Again, like we talked about that before, kind of in the pregame. Being young is nice. That injury was pretty severe. For him to be back out here 6-7 weeks later is a testament to our athletic trainers,
Yes.
Dan Newman, Jacob Newby, and our team doctors that help out, and to Noah to doing what he's supposed to do to get back onto the field.
Noah Gillespie, again, injured in that Mustang game, in that scrimmage, and it did not look good. And he is back out there, and he is playing hard in the defensive backfield. Oliver Smith, Rion Williams also on the field. We've got Logan Haney. We've got Tucker Cook on the offensive line. Can't miss him with the long flowing hair.
Yep.
Logan Rowe played great time.
Got a lot of guys that are on the field right now will be returning for us again to play some more football next year, so that's really encouraging.
It looks like at this point there is 1 minute and 49 seconds left in Union season, as Jenks has been in total command of this game, led by the rushing attack of who we thought Katie Jones would have some extra to him, and he's had 4 rushing touchdowns. Caleb Barnett has been the other offense. He has 2 receiving touchdowns for Jenks tonight. On Union side, our offense has scored once, and that was on a huge play and really a memorable play by Tay Perry Spate. That 56-yard catch and run, nice play. Again, you love to see that for the future, Coach. I mean, that was an awesome-looking play.
Tay something you can build around, and everybody'd like to have him on your team, and I think we're going to be fine moving forward.
1 minute left here on this season as the running back takes the handoff in the backfield. Gang tackled. Again, still not giving up on this. DJ Struther in the tackle. We've got Jackson Franklin in there as well for these Union Redhawks. Less than a minute to go here at Allen Trimble Stadium. They've been gracious hosts here today for this quarterfinal, this rare quarterfinal matchup here. And it looks like it's going to be Owasso. We keep saying it, but Owasso is just kind of in total command of that Deer Creek game. So Jenks, Owasso next week. It'll be the day after Thanksgiving is when that game will be played. That will be the Final Four, and then the state championship game the week after that. We want to thank again Union Sports Network here, the UView crew, Andy, Nick, and then all the students who have helped on this broadcast, Natalie Sunloon, Anna, Reed, Mauricio, Andres, and Brian. Thank you for watching this season, and our professional productions of Union Sports will continue throughout the rest of this school year. I'm Dave Davis for Coach Jeff Brown, Richard Johns, Jeff Johns, and we have one timeout. I thought they were running off the clock. That is going to be a last-minute timeout to kind of get some of our guys out. But it's been a great season. It's been a fun ride, and we do have 18 seconds left here in this game. Okay, so Coach, looking ahead to next season, don't quite know the schedule yet. We know we'll obviously all the normal players will be on it. We got Jenks next year, but it's exciting to look ahead in this program. Coach Fred, 190 career wins, 40 career playoff wins, and what this team's going to look like. It is kind of exciting to think ahead to that next year.
Well, Union is and always will be a program that is one of the best around, and that's never going to change. The people wearing the U on the side of their helmet might change, the kids may change, but the pride in that program and how we go about things, all that will always be there for us.
Yeah, another 8-win season this year for Union, and coming up short here in the quarterfinals, but they did notch another playoff victory against Mustang on this 4th and 7 punt by Jenks. The punt is away, and no one is back to return it. It was short anyway. Goes out to about the 30-yard line. So we'll have another play off on this game. We'll see who they bring back out on the field. Of course, Shaker Reisig, our quarterback this year for Union, he has had a phenomenal year. Shaker finishing the season up until this point, up until this game, he is 216 for 304, 2,900 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. 21 touchdowns in the last 4 games. He has had a phenomenal year. We'll see him on Saturdays, we assume, with Ashton Cunningham out there at Bilbo O'Brien's team, Boston College, next year, and it'll be fun to watch on Saturdays as these players kind of move on with their careers. It will be Union taking the final snap of this game, and it'll be a handoff to Jordan Schelling, the senior, and it will end on a fumble that looks like it's going to be recovered by Jenks. Jenks will get it with 3 seconds left, and that will be how it ends for Union this season. Jenks 42, Union 7 in this quarterfinal matchup. There will be one more play. 3 seconds left in this game for Jenks. We think, will take a knee here and end this quarterfinal matchup. Jenks taking the field one last time. Some of their starters back in. They've got Owen Jones, they've got Samaj Stanford, the guys who have been there this year. Domek is back in there. And the victory formation, or some version of it, for Jenks here with 3 seconds left on the clock. And this will be it. 42-7. Jenks moves on and beats Union, gets revenge for the Backyard Bowl. And Union will go home, and Jenks will move on to play, we think, Owasso next week in the state semifinal game. Thank you so much for watching this season, and the professional productions continue all school year long. We'll see you then.